I was talking to a friend who runs his own startup, and we were talking about different ways you could do YouTube. And one of the ways, of course, is having a YouTube channel. See, the dog is smelling something very important there. One of the ways is having a YouTube channel, of course, and that's the most common way. But there's another way, and that is doing YouTube ads. And the question is, when should you do YouTube ads? And when should you do a YouTube channel? Well, really, I think as a business, as a marketer, you want to do both for your business. But you have to smell everything. But the thing is that how do you decide how to apportion your budget, your time? Which should you do first? Well, think about it this way. If you're doing YouTube ads, you're probably doing them because you need sales today. You are dramatically underserved with your sales. And often when you're a startup, that's a very common problem. You need to grow very, very quickly. And so you should consider YouTube ads because they're really one of the most underrepresented, underappreciated ways of driving business. But what about a YouTube channel, right? Because I talk all the time about how to do a YouTube channel, and we call that in marketing, we call that organic, right? That's non-paid ads, right? That's something you upload for free and people see it for free and it's just there. So how fast can you grow with that? Well, it takes a while. It's the type of thing if you've already got clients and you're already doing it, but you want to grow and reinforce that and really get these solid leads and sales. And often when I talk, I'm talking about big ticket sales, which take a while. Well, how do you do that if you're a business? You often see an ad. I don't know about you, but I see an ad and I may click, sure. But what do? Do I convert right away? Do I buy right away? I don't actually. I look at the website, I look at the YouTube channel, I look at the social media. And you probably do too, right? You probably say, I wonder what they're doing. I've never heard of this company. I need to find out more before I actually talk to them, right? So you want to have 1 or 2 videos every week coming out on your YouTube channel. But what are those videos about, right? You want the videos to be about the needs of your customer, right? Not necessarily about your business. You want it, maybe 20% of your videos should be about your business, right? What you provide. But really what you're trying to answer is their problems in a video, right? So find out what the problems your customer is having. You should know what it is, right? You should already know because you've talked to your customers, and when you talk to them, they have 10 questions at least, and you know what those 10 questions are because you've already answered them, right? They always have the same 10 questions, and you also have 10 questions for them, right? You have 10 questions that you want to ask them to qualify them, right? And then you also have words that you may be paying on your pay-per-click, right? I'm going to switch hands here because my hand's getting tired. What are the key words you're paying for in your pay-per-click on Google? Because you can actually rank on Google for those terms. You can make videos that answer those questions, that rank for those terms, and you actually don't have to pay for it. And these videos are good, but they're actually not going to get the ton of views. They get sort of slow burn views, right? Long tail views. So how do you manage all of this? Well, it's the reason why a lot of businesses don't succeed is they don't spend the time figuring out the right strategy. And then when they do understand the right strategy, sometimes it takes a while to get it all together. But if you're a brand new business and you have the budget to try to drive sales, then you may want to start with YouTube ads, but also do the organic YouTube channel over time. We've got a dog that's pulling here. Dog wants to do everything but what I want to do. So the short answer is do a YouTube ad, do it the right way, target the right way, and target very narrowly. Doesn't have to be an expensive ad, doesn't have to be a big campaign, particularly if you have a very narrow type of audience. One of the ways you can target with your YouTube ads is something called search intent. And that is looking for, and that's when you target somebody on YouTube that has searched for something on Google. So those keywords that people are searching for on Google, you can target those in your YouTube ads. And that's a great way of very cheaply targeting exactly the person that's looking for what you have to sell. But again, the YouTube ads and the YouTube organic, the channel, are very different in what you're trying to accomplish. A YouTube ad, really, you're trying to drive a sale or a lead right away. And you have to have the landing page in place, you have to have your messaging in place. With a YouTube channel, what you're really trying to do is bring in people with your expertise and then say, oh, by the way, we actually provide this service. And isn't that a great way? Because you've given somebody some free advice, just the type of advice they were looking for to help their business. And now you're saying, oh, and by the way, if you want to pay me back in some way when it comes time to do business, let's chat. Or I've got a free download for you, or a free spreadsheet that helps you solve this problem, and click here in the description to get it. Now, the thing is that you're not going to get huge numbers of people downloading it. Maybe of 1,000 views, you get 3 people. But those are very highly targeted people. So that's just some of the things that you want to consider when you're deciding, should you do YouTube ads or spend your time building that YouTube channel? The answer is both, but for different reasons, and you want to look at them with different budgets in mind and different timelines in mind. And my name is Dane Golden from the Video Marketing Business Academy. And, you might have another video coming up that you like. You might want to subscribe for more tips like this. And I'll see you in the next video.